Imagine a place where cannonballs are encouraged, marshmallows are mandatory, and just 5 more minutes turns into all day. That's Veranda Beach Resort on Lake Osoyoos, one of the warmest freshwater lakes in North America, located on the border of Canada in Oroville, Washington. The vibe is delightfully old school, with time spent with family and friends at the beach, on the lake, and under the stars. Sounds of laughter, dogs, and screen doors are the soundtracks of your stay. Rent your own fully furnished cottage with Wi-Fi and all the comforts you need. It's the best of then with all the ease of now. Veranda Beach Resort. Come play, stay, and make memories. Visit verandabeach.com now to book your stay.
Every month you rent, you're paying someone else's mortgage, building their equity, following their rules. There's a better way. Home ownership means stable, predictable payments, and every one of them works for you, not your landlord. City Ventures is California's leading builder of smart, innovative new homes, and right now owning may be closer than you think. See the numbers for yourself at cityventures.com. That's cityventures.com.
Don't ask me to talk. Hey, everybody. Guess what? It's time for Don't Ask Me to Talk with your co-podcast pals, Stacey Heller and
me, Eric Ryder. I'm the other podcast pal. How are you?
For once, you're the other one. You're the other guy. That's a funny movie. The Other Guys. Have you ever seen it?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, add it to the list. It's not exactly a cultural milestone for our cultural blind spot, but it's a good movie. The Other Guys.
This is another children's movie, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think The Other Guys is Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. Okay. Anyway, hey, everybody. We are actually in the same place at the same time for once.
Yes. Yeah. Nice to have you back in the studio.
Yeah. Surprise. We, Pete and I headed over from Veranda Beach. I am headed on a 2-week trip to the East Coast. And so, my gosh, I mean, here I am. I'm taking an overnight flight, which is always so good when you're in your mid-50s. It just makes you feel so glad to be alive. It's horrible. I hate flying overnight flights. But to try to make it work so that I could see my mom for a little bit before I steal her car, it felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I like an overnight flight myself. I don't like the repercussions once I land.
Right.
That I've been up all night long and now desperately need sleep, but I am in broad daylight and it is impossible to find an immediate bed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's the Uber on the way to where my mom is, but then my mom is standing at the door and she's so excited to see us and she's like a dog wagging its tail, like, hi, what do you want to talk about? I have chores for you. And I'm like, I just need to take a nap.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's totally okay. I have been having a fabulous time at Veranda Beach. Just had a weekend that was filled with friends. And Pete's cousin came by. He and his significant other, I thought
you meant you were watching a Friends marathon.
No,
Okay.
I was living a Friends marathon. There's a whole group of us that have created this annual tradition, and there's 5 couples in total, and everybody got together. We rented the house right next door, so we had double the ice, double the space. Notice my priorities, double the refrigerators. The weather was stunning. Like, nobody even wanted to go to Canada to go wine tasting. Nobody wanted to go out on the pontoon. Everyone just wanted to float. It was great.
You definitely look like you got a bit of color.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
I noticed both you and Pete are looking tan, ready, and rested.
Yes. Well, it is a lie, but yes, we are looking that.
And you will be until your overnight flight.
Right, exactly. And then I'm going to look pale, pasty, and pallid.
No, tan, ready, and exhausted.
Oh, all right. That's true. That's true. my big exciting news is that I had a blood test done, or not a blood test, a blood draw today for going back to the doctor to like, okay, how are we doing? I've been taking these meds for a while. Like, how am I responding? Well, I'll tell you how I'm responding. I don't have any veins in my arms. I mean, I do technically, but they can never find them. And this is like something that has cursed me my whole life. So it's really annoying. And the gal at Quest was like, I can't find your veins. And she's sticking the rubber band thing on, and she's like, make a tight fist. And I'm like, it's really tight. My nails are digging into my hand. And she's like, tighter. And so then she went from one side and she tried it there. And then she's like, I have to get a butterfly needle. I don't even know what that is. Like, so I was like, okay. So then she tries that. Nope. And she's digging around trying to get it. And she's like, it's just not bleeding. So I was like, okay, cool. Meanwhile, I fasted, right? So
Yeah.
as it is, I'm feeling like, ugh. Then she tries the other side. That doesn't work. Then she's looking at my hands and she decides to go with the butterfly needle on the back of the hand, which I had to do when I was pregnant at one point. Like, they couldn't get. Well, the good news is I am not meant to be, I guess, a drug user.
Right.
But the bad news is I have bruises all over me now.
Yeah.
I'm looking like Trump. I need makeup.
It's a bummer. I've been through that myself. And often when I go, it's just fine, if I'm getting a blood draw. But sometimes it's like, especially if I'm not feeling well, like my veins are like, no, we don't want to show up.
They're being shy.
Right. So then they stab you like 5 times trying to find a vein. And it's like, oh, come on. And then they take a lot of blood for what is like 2 drops on a little glass plate for them to look at under a microscope.
4 vials.
Yeah, why? Do we got a family of vampires back there we need to feed? What is going on with
It's like
that?
a tax.
Right.
It's like the dad tax when you get ice cream.
Yeah. And it's not like it goes into a big bucket so they can donate this to other folks. It's just like, well, we like to have some extra on hand, I guess.
I guess so, but man, and now it kind of hurts, and I know I'm being a baby about this, but it's kind of awful when it happens, and it's uncomfortable. Like the digging around part, I was like, okay, all right, you missed it. Like, let's just move on. And
let's just cancel the appointment. I'm going home.
I'm like, okay. And then I could tell that I was like stressing her out because people started coming in and, there was like a backlog of like 3 people. One of them was a walk-in. And, I could tell it was like, nobody ever like challenges me at my job. This is supposed to be like quick and easy. And I was like, I hope your day goes better. So she did not have a sense of humor about it. But that's okay. So how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. As long as we're on the topic of health struggles.
Yes? What's the latest?
The never-ending dental saga
oh my gosh.
continues as a couple weeks ago, soon after the last episode we did. Now, last week you were unavailable, so we had a special best of episode on our cultural blind spots. And I've got some cultural blind spots piling up, so stay tuned. Next segment. If you don't have any, I've got it.
No, that's
covered.
good because I have like a small one and about sharing a cultural blind spot with my kids.
Very
so
cool.
You'll have plenty of time. But that was a fun episode that you put together.
I think so. I enjoyed listening to it. How we've grown over the years. Got me feeling nostalgic.
But anyway, okay.
So we talked about this. I'm using the water pick as recommended by the dentist. And I'm just like doing my nightly irrigation. And the tooth that I had gone to the I want to say orthodontist. There's so
You're
many.
losing
I
track.
got the special, the periodontist. I think they're the ones doing the
root work.
They did the gum graft and all that, and they're gonna put in the implant. But I can't remember the other one that I went to that did the root canal. Anyway, when they did the root canal, they did like like a cement compound thing to fill up the tooth after they had drilled right through it.
Yep.
But that night, the tooth just dissolved.
What?
It just literally just dissolved, and the bottom chunk that was still part of the cap that had been in there just like fell out of my mouth, and I'm like, I'm so glad the water pick knocked this out, because I would have choked to death on this in my sleep if that hadn't washed it away. Yeah.
That's a strong water pick.
Well, yeah, maybe I've got it up too high. But I go back and look through all the paperwork from these folks, and they're like, see your regular dentist as soon as possible to get a real replacement.
Oh.
And I've been relying on my dentist, because she's the one that set this up with the various specialists, and she's coordinating it. And last time I was at the periodontist, that doctor was telling me how great my dentist is at making sure everybody's on the same page with everything, and you're in good hands and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about anything. She's got it covered.
Right.
So I guess it's okay that my appointment isn't until August. And this was back in April when they did the root canal. I didn't even think about it. And then it's like, you want to see your dentist as soon as possible so they can get a real fix in there for you. Oops. So I called the dentist, and I've got an appointment scheduled for tomorrow. Now I got to get up at the crack of dawn to do it. But I'm like, because now I've just got like the jagged edge, little stalactite or stalagmite.
Yeah, which is it? Stalactites or mites? I can't remember.
I've learned the little phrase that you say to remember like 100 times, and I still can't remember which one's the ground and which one's the roof of the cave with the stalactite versus stalagmite.
Yeah, I can't remember either. That's like, see a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck, and I can't remember if it's on heads or tails.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
So I basically am missing 2 teeth in the same spot there.
You really got to have Jell-O.
I'm feeling great about myself.
But the front, as I'm looking at you, you're good.
Yeah, luckily these are more back teeth, thankfully. So it's not quite as obvious, but it has been, I think actually losing the second tooth made it slightly easier to talk with less like slobber and stuff happening. But I've been like super cold sensitive since then. And all I want to do is eat ice cream because it's the summertime. But every time I give in to that urge, like I got some like chocolate covered banana slices.
Oh, that's
for the that you freeze.
That's concentrated cold.
Exactly. Yeah, but it sounded so good when I was at the supermarket. I get those and totally forget about the tea. Get them out. Like I take a bite and it was
Oh yeah. I mean, that is so concentrated cold.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was brutal.
And because that nerve is like exposed.
Yep.
Oh, I'm having secondhand ow. I'm literally like rubbing my jaw right now.
So tomorrow, hopefully that's all going to be taken care of. I think I'll still have the gap because I don't get the actual implant until later in the year. Or maybe they could put some concrete up there that'll dissolve in a week or so.
Well, and with the water pick, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, the last time I was at the dentist, the hygienist insisted upon it. So I'm like, well, I am sick of losing teeth, so I'm going to do this.
And then, what did you do?
I lost a tooth because of it.
Well, I mean, I will say I am now traveling with my little toothpicks. Okay, I'm rifling through my bag. Enjoy the sounds. I have my little bag of like toothpicks and like little placards so I can just pick. And I'll tell you what, it's sort of like how, I don't know if men go through this, but women go through this. You start to drink more water and you have to pee all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like women, especially if you happen to have given birth, it's like you sneeze, you pee. You do jump rope, you pee. You laugh, you pee. And so the more I drink water.
Gotta strengthen that pelvic floor.
Right. Exactly.
I don't remember where I learned about this, but
yeah, it is a thing. I mean,
is a thing.
It's totally a thing, but that ship has sailed. Like, it's my pelvic floor is like the Strait of Hormuz. And so
on any given day, it could be open or it could be embargoed.
Right. It's 100% my pelvic floor.
You just don't know.
So
you got to watch the news to find out that day.
I mean, you just don't know.
Am I paying a toll or is this
you're
just
always
happening?
You're always paying a toll. And so it's a thing where you drink water. The more you drink, the more you have to pee. Well, the more
you know, the more you go.
Right. The more, and first tea and then pee. Anyway, so now the more I floss and I like do the toothpick things, the more I have gaps. The more I have gaps, the more food that gets stuck. I'm like, why am I trying to better myself? It was so much better when I never had to pee and I never had to clean my teeth out.
Yeah. This is like me with the stair thing. Since the beginning of the year, I've been taking the stairs up 7 flights of stairs and then walking down 7 flights of stairs. So every day I'm coming, I'm like, but I'm like, this is going to pay off at some point. It hasn't paid off at all.
Are you grunting and sounding less like Gertie?
No.
Because that,
by
the
more
way,
like her.
Is exactly how Gertie sounds.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So, I mean, by the way, I got a lovely thank you note from Gertie.
Aww.
You'll have to send the thanks on to Gertie.
Yes, I will pass it on.
Now, I noticed that Gertie does not have her own signature.
Well, she signed with her pa.
She did. And it's a, what I like about it is that it's a, like a tie-dye paw.
Right. It was a tie-dye ink.
Which is very cute. Cole has his own signature. He does a backwards K, an O with an umlaut, and an L.
Okay.
But does not do the paw.
Uh-huh.
I think I like
And he
Gertie's
writes that
better.
out himself.
He does.
Okay.
He has people.
He's got the auto pen set up.
Exactly.
So he can sign legislation when he's in the litter box.
Well, yes. Well, Gertie's more of an arts and craftsy type dog.
Yes.
Cole is very like, ugh, I don't want to get my paw dirty.
Right.
Anyway, okay, so your tooth is just, that has really been an ongoing thing for you.
It really has, yes.
It's been long in the tooth.
Yes. I I see what you did there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I'm hoping that once we get through this year and I get that implant done, then I'll be able to just maintain. Beyond that, I can just go to the dentist every 6 months or whatever, and it'll be okay.
Like normal folks.
Yeah, like normal folks, yes. But, with all this hassle, because I had, what was it, 4 years in between seeing a dentist after my dentist retired, and then I didn't have a regular dentist. Then I finally decided to find one, and then we found out about all this stuff going on. I'm like, okay, well, I got to make sure that never happens. Smash cut to 2 weeks ago, I get a letter from my doctor, my GP.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
It is with mixed emotions.
Oh no.
That I'm leaving the clinic. And I'm like, what?
No.
I'm like, oh no, I can just see myself 4 years from now
with a hole.
I'm like, I guess I got to go to the doctor. It's been a while. And they're like, sir, we're going to have to replace all your bones. It's got to be a skeleton transplant. You really should have been getting checkups.
This is not good for you.
No, it's not good for me.
Oh.
But I mean, maybe I'll get I'll end up with like the Terminator titanium skeleton, and maybe it'll be good. I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
So now I am planning to hopefully find a new doctor. But the thing is that she sent me like a list of people accepting new patients. and they're all like well out of my way. So I'm like, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
So it's going well.
It's going great.
I'm a little worried about this.
Yeah.
You know what I think, though? I think that at the end of the summer, when Veranda Beach is no longer the sponsor for our show, I think we need to find a dentist or a doctor to be a sponsor of our show.
Hey,
So-
couldn't wait.
Right? So, hey, if there's any doctors or dentists out there or periodontists or whatever orthodontists
Yes.
that want to sponsor the show, I mean, honestly, we spend a lot of time talking about dental care.
Yes, we do. I did not intend that to be the case, but it's just what happened.
I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, and speaking of Gertie, she's been like she's got an appointment scheduled for next week too, because she's had some like joint pain this week. So she's been yelping as she takes the stairs. I'm like, girl, I feel you, dog, because I'm there myself.
Can dogs like do weed?
That is actually, she does get a little CBD.
Okay.
So that does help her, it seems like. But I also found out that you can actually give your dog aspirin in very small increments. So I went and got special low dose aspirin for her, and it does seem to be helping. So
That's good.
if you got a dog with arthritis, then look it up, because it's like 5 milligrams per pound, I think, that you can do to start them. And so, so she's getting low dose aspirin now, and it seems to be helping, and she seems to be feeling better.
Well, and can you do things like Voltaren and like Arnica and like topicals on dogs?
Topicals are tough on dogs because of all the fur.
Well, I know, like,
but the aspirin seems to be working.
Okay.
So
All
we'll see what the doctor recommends next week when she goes
poor
in.
Gertie.
Yeah, poor kid, but she does seem to be improving.
I can't imagine a yelp in addition to her.
No, it's the worst sound in the world, really.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh.
So, but she is improving, so less of that now, which is nice.
That's good.
So,
That's good. What other fun summer things have you done? Since you don't have Veranda Beach to go to all the time.
Well, that is true. But we're actually going to be taking a trip this weekend and going up to, speaking of Veranda Beach, one of the fun things about Veranda Beach is you're right near the BC border, so it's easy to pop over for a little fun cultural exchange. We're kind of doing that as well, because we're going up to Point Roberts, Washington, which lies, well, you got to cross the Canadian border twice to get to it, but it is American territory.
That's so weird.
It is, yes. Yeah, it's.
Well, I guess that's like Alaska. Like, I can see Russia from my house.
Right, yeah. It's an isolated peninsula in Washington state that is bordered by the Canadian border and the Salish Sea. So it's almost like being on an island, but you can drive through there provided you have a passport.
So interesting.
Yeah, we're going to go check it out. I've been wanting to go see it for a long, long time. And then finally this year, I'm like, yeah, what the hell? Why haven't we done this yet?
Yeah,
so
what's
now
the
we're doing it.
topography? Like, what's it like? Is it like beachy? Is it mountainous? Is it like cliffs?
And it's 4 square miles, so there's not a lot of mountains happening.
Okay.
But it's surrounded by water, so pretty beachy.
Okay.
And it's a peninsula. So yeah. And it's you cross the border into Canada, you're full on city. You cross the border back into Washington, and it's mostly forested because not a lot of people live there, because it's a pain in the butt to get there unless you have a boat.
It's like Maine.
Yeah.
Can't get that from here.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it. See, I learned so much.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. And we're like 30 minutes south of Vancouver. So we're going to pop up to Vancouver, of course, and check out some of the parks and museum and restaurants and stuff, and then come back to our little enclave and chill out for a couple of days. And
Yeah.
it should be good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so hopefully maybe even do some kayaking.
Are you bringing kayaks or can you rent them?
I haven't decided yet. We'll figure it out. We'll see how much room we have in the car.
All right.
Yeah.
And I assume that Gertie's going along.
Yeah, she's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, provided that, she's not yelping at us.
Does Gertie like to go on kayaks?
She has never done it before,
Oh.
but she does have a life jacket, and I've been wanting to get her in one for a long time. So we'll see how it goes.
It would probably be good on her little joints.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how much she will put up with, because she doesn't like to get her feet wet, and she doesn't like to take a bath.
Oh, okay.
But we are renting a full cottage there.
Oh.
With all the stuff, so
Yeah.
we could, in theory, give her a bath. So
Okay.
if she gets in the sea,
Right.
yeah.
A sea, as it is. I have been trying to manage ducks at Veranda Beach as I've been sitting lakeside in the past week or so. There's like duck gangs that are hanging out on the sand. And I didn't know that ducks could have so much personality. There's these two dogs that are friends. I don't think they're siblings, and they like to play fetch, like dogs do. And there's this one duck that when it sees these two particular dogs, it's like, here we are. And it will then fly over to where the ball is, and the dogs are like, a ball, a duck, a ball, a duck. And the duck is just quacking like crazy, and then will sort of like fly away and just is absolutely quacking at them nonstop, tormenting these dogs. Like, it's crazy. Then I'm starting to see these.
Would you say he's going quackers?
He's completely quackers, and it's driving us all quackers, in fact. And then I was noticing that there was a mama duck with some baby ducks, and another duck came over and was going after the babies. I'm like, why are you trying to kill your own kind? Birds of a feather apparently do not flock together. And so it was a very Jets and Sharks tense moment, and it's happened a bunch of times now. So I feel like I now need to do a deep dive on ducks and their behaviors. And like, definitely, and it's a bunch of female ducks, because I think it's the male ducks that are prettier and the female ducks are like the blah gray ones. And so it's a whole bunch of gray. And I'll tell you what, you put a bunch of women together and it's just not always good. I mean, there is just a whole hierarchy, and people are being bitches, and it's like, don't tell me how to parent. And like, I can't believe you're napping, and get out of the sun. And like, you can just tell that they're just, yeah.
Well,
anyway, that's my story.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently they've got a right to complain. They've got a right to, because the male ducks are all sex offenders, apparently. So,
Well,
yes,
there's that.
they're putting up with a lot.
It's true.
They might not have time for RBS. They've got a. They've got dudes walking by with corkscrews that are
Right.
forcing themselves on them. It's not good. Yeah.
You make a good point. I mean, when is it duck Me Too time?
Right.
Yeah. So, and there was a couple ducks that were smart. They were hanging out. There's a family that has these lovely lounge chairs that go out, and the dad, Garrett, he puts out the umbrellas. It's lovely. It's this whole little setup. It's very bougie compared to the rest of us that are basically like, looking like janky. And these ducks are like, this is lovely. We're just going to sit here in the umbrella shade. There's some snacks on the ground that I'm sure they left for us on purpose. This is lovely. So anyway, that is what my days have been amounting to lately. Duck psychiatry and mahjong.
Hey, it sounds like a relaxed summer, which is great.
It totally is. So anyway, we probably need to talk about the important stuff.
Well, I don't know about important, but we do need to take a break. And
Let's do that.
when we come back, we'll dive into our cultural blind spots, some fresh ones, and, as we like to call them, CBS. And it beats IBS.
Every day. Every day.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Imagine a place where cannonballs are encouraged, marshmallows are mandatory, and just 5 more minutes turns into all day. That's Veranda Beach Resort on Lake Osoyoos, one of the warmest freshwater lakes in North America, located on the border of Canada in Oroville, Washington. The vibe is delightfully old school, with time spent with family and friends at the beach, on the lake, and under the stars. Sounds of laughter, dogs, and screen doors are the soundtracks of your stay. Rent your own fully furnished cottage with Wi-Fi and all the comforts you need. It's the best of then with all the ease of now. Veranda Beach Resort. Come play, stay, and make memories. Visit verandabeach.com now to book your stay. And we're back right here on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm one of your podcast pals. I'm Eric Reiner.
Hey, I'm Stacey Heller. I'm the other one, and just want to say thanks again for listening to the show. It's so nice to have loyal and not so loyal, maybe, listeners that find us and
transient listeners.
Right.
We're good with any of you.
Honestly,
Yeah.
We just appreciate the fact that you're listening to us talk.
Absolutely.
And now we're going to talk about our cultural blind spots.
Yeah, and if you are one of those transient listeners and you haven't heard us in a long time, or this is your first time listening, this is the segment of the show where we talk about big pieces of culture that for some reason neither of us, or maybe just one of us, hasn't seen yet. Typically, we're talking movies. Sometimes we talk about TV shows. Sometimes we talk about classic stuff, like from the AFI Top 100 list. Sometimes we talk about the big blockbuster that's in the theater now. Sometimes we're talking about, places that we've visited, or we're talking about dishes of food that, we're sweeping the nation and we just said, until now.
We've even talked about the Buc-ee's rest stop.
There you go.
I mean, it's basically just cultural phenomenons.
That's right. And we're checking them off our list each week. And last week is a great introduction to this. If you haven't listened to the show before, because we did a Oops All CBS section, Oops All Cultural Blind Spots episode. That was a lot of fun to put together, actually. But we talked about 3 different movies where one of us had seen the movie and talked about it on the show in this segment. And then the other one said, I got to watch this movie. And so then you did, or I did, and we came back and talked about it and followed up. And yeah, it was fun. So since we were off last week, I've had a couple weeks here to, check off a few things. So I definitely took advantage of that time to do so. But I'm wondering if you, because, last week, for people that don't know, you weren't feeling well.
I was not.
I don't know if that meant you had more time or less time.
Well, so here's the deal. For the past couple weeks, it's been super, super busy. Again, I spend my summer at Veranda Beach in Oroville, Washington. It's lovely. 2 weeks ago, we had the family up. We were just missing our oldest daughter, Annie, but the rest of the family came up and spent 4th of July, brought some friends. That was lovely. And then quickly segued into friends of ours coming, 4 other couples, plus Pete's cousin and his wife. And so I wasn't feeling great and the timing was horrible, but then I had to turn around. So no, I have not had a lot of time.
Okay.
But that said, I did sort of a cultural blind spot for my family, if you will. So back once upon a time when my dad was around and I was younger, I was getting married
When I was 17.
Nope, I was close though. I was 22. And I think the movie came out, Father of the Bride, the remake came out in like 91 or 92 when I was engaged at the time. And my dad talked about how the original had Elizabeth Taylor and Spencer Tracy and how he loved that movie. And so he had me watch the movie and he just loved it. Like, Dad was absolutely a movie guy. I think he was a fan of Spencer Tracy. I think Elizabeth Taylor, he didn't care so much, but, you know, it was like an iconic movie that he remembered. And so when the movie came out, the remake with Steve Martin and Diane Keaton, Kimberly Williams, and Martin Short playing Franck, he's like, let's go see it. So my dad and I went to see it together. And it's very sweet. And I think the reason that it's particularly sweet for me is because I was engaged at the time and it was all stuff that was like really going on. And so Grace was visiting and her roommate Katie. And so one night we were like, let's watch something. None of us were really up to see something that we hadn't seen before or whatever. So we watched this. By the end, everyone except for Pete was just in a puddle of tears and how like sweet and sappy it was. But I remember for me, it was especially poignant because at the end of the movie, Steve Martin, he's been trying to see his daughter on the wedding day all day, but he keeps missing her, having to take care of things and whatever. And she leaves and then she gets to wherever she is about to board their plane or, you know, whatever they're doing. And she calls to say, like, thanks, Dad, and I love you. And so then he hangs up the phone and he turns to Diane Keaton. He says, that was Annie. And so after I got married to Pete, I was like, Pete, I have to call my dad because it was a nod to this movie. And so I called up my dad. And from my mother's retelling of that moment, my mom came in and she's listening to the conversation. And when my dad hung up, he was like, that was Annie, which obviously I'm not Annie. But it was a nod to the movie and that connection. So anyway, so it was just this very sweet, like, you don't know, I don't talk about my dad a lot. A, he's no longer with us, but B, he really wasn't a daddy. So it was just like a big daddy moment that I really didn't ever have. And so anyway, I brought the house down. I made them cry. So it was just very sweet. So sometimes the cultural blind spots that we talk about most often are things that really are cultural phenomenons, things that, you know, everybody's talking about or whatever. And then there's the quiet things that it elicits, like a memory that you can share. And this was one of those. And it was silly and sappy and sweet. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. And if you are a dad with a daughter, watch it. Watch either one. It's very sweet. And that is my story.
Very nice.
So
in a way, it was kind of a does this still hold up kind of moment.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, like, yes, the fashions, maybe not so much, but the craziness of, like, before you know it, what's going to be like a cute at-home wedding turns into like a circus, and the father just feeling like he's out of it and, you know, wants to be involved. And I think Steve Martin so much, and the writing, I think, because the writing is very similar, and Spencer Tracy did something very similar where it's the poignancy of like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be a little girl. Like, I don't understand, like, what happened. Where did all this time go? And so there's a poignancy to it. And so that part really holds up. And there's just not a lot of movies like that. You know, normally it's like Taken and, you know, like, your daughter's taken and I'm going to do what I need to do to come and find her.
I've got a very special
Exactly.
set of skills.
Exactly. And in this movie, it is Martin Short as the wedding planner that has the very specific set of skills.
Right.
So it does still hold up because I think it's very relationship based and the chaos of a wedding. So.
All right. Well, very good. Very good.
So. All right.
I still haven't seen it. It doesn't necessarily seem like in my wheelhouse, but, maybe I'll give it a shot one of these days.
Maybe watch the one then that has Spencer Tracy, because just like to have Elizabeth Taylor so young and Spencer Tracy and like doing it that way, it'll feel a little bit more like cinema classique.
Okay.
I'm trying to jazz it up.
All right, we'll see.
Okay, so I'm excited to hear what you've been checking off.
Speaking of classic movies,
Yes.
On the 4th of July weekend, I had some time to pick out a movie, and I was like, geez, what would be a good movie for the 4th of July? Because there's tons of Christmas movies. There's even a few Thanksgiving movies, but there's not that many that we associate with 4th of July, really.
I'm waiting to see if you went Independence Day, Born on the 4th of July.
No.
What did you do? Yankee Doodle Dandy.
So I was like, how about Jaws? And Jaws turned out to be a fantastic choice to watch for the 4th of July weekend. For one thing, it's set right around the 4th of July in Amity, New York, which is really Martha's Vineyard where they shot this thing.
Yep.
And from 1975, classic movie, Steven Spielberg directed, of course. And it really, it was the first blockbuster. It was the first movie to be released in summertime that just brought down the house, brought so many people to the theaters. And it's got this reputation of being good, but the fact that it's good is overshadowed by the fact that it was a massive movie.
Huge.
And when I was a kid, this movie loomed large over my childhood, even though I hadn't seen it. If you weren't there, if you're younger than us, people may not understand just how when you would go swimming for the first time, in any body of water.
Sharks.
You would think about, what if there's Jaws in there? You know what I mean?
100%.
It was a topic. Anytime anybody went swimming anywhere, even if they were not, scared of sharks or whatever, it was just you couldn't help but even going in the swimming pool at a motel, somebody would be going dun 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 dun, like the John Williams score. It was such a huge cultural phenomenon. But because it came out when I was 2 years old, it was one of those things that loomed large in my childhood. But I wasn't anywhere near the age where it was appropriate for me to watch this movie until, the 90s, really.
Right? Totally. Well, and I want to underscore the point that you've made. You have to understand that as children of the 70s and 80s, piranhas, sharks, and quicksand were genuine fears of ours.
Yeah, and Piranha is partially because of Jaws' success. It was a knockoff. There was a movie, Piranha, that was like a knockoff. So Jaws, not only a massive cultural impact, huge box office, it literally spawned a whole genre of aquatic horror, basically.
Yep.
There was stuff before that, like Creature from the Black Lagoon and stuff, but it was never like that, where it was so in people's minds and so such a big part of the culture. And so I watched Jaws maybe 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, that was pretty good. I kind of don't see what the big deal is about it.
Right.
It was fun. It was fine. This time, watching it again, I really appreciated how good this movie was. An amazing Steven Spielberg, 26, 27, something like that, when he made it, very young. And to have that masterfully put it together, just incredible stuff. And I enjoyed this movie so much
What do you
this
think
time.
Was different this time?
It's just, I don't know. I think there was so much weight of expectation seeing it for the first time because of what I just explained about how this loomed large over my uncle had the Jaws game, the board game. It's not even, there's no board. It's just a plastic shark that you like fish little things out of his mouth, and there's like a tire in there. There's all kinds of little stuff in the Jaws
that's
mouth.
funny.
Yeah, and that that really sparked my imagination as a kid. Like I wanted that toy, even though I didn't want to watch Jaws.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, with the game.
No, I've never seen Jaws.
You've never seen Jaws.
And that, my friends, is when you know
Which is
you
why
have a
we're doing-
cultural blind spot. When somebody says, you've never seen fill in the blank, that's when you know
No,
you've got a
because I
blind
thought
spot.
I was the only one.
No,
so
I've never seen it.
And no judgment, but I think you would like this movie a lot.
Okay.
It's really well put together. The effects for 1975 are still really great. Now, famously, they had a mechanical shark that they nicknamed Bruce to make this movie, and it was, falling apart and not working correctly. And the reason, of course, is ironic that once they put it in salt water, it started having all kinds of unforeseen problems. So famously, the way they edited it was to not show so much of the shark, to kind of keep him hidden and show the perspective of the victims more, which instantly made it way more terrifying and made it way more of a classic. Now, if the shark had worked as they had wanted it to, we may not be talking about Jaws 51 years later.
Right.
Because it would have been just another creature feature. But because of the way it was made, it's an absolute classic.
Totally.
So, the second watch especially really enjoyed this movie. All the acting is brilliant, and it's amazing. Like, it was this huge blockbuster and this milestone movie, but no big stars at the time. I mean, you got Roy Scheider, who at the time was, he was a working actor, but not like, you didn't
not a headliner.
Yes. Yeah. And Richard Dreyfuss, young Richard Dreyfuss in it, and Robert Shaw. Again, none of these are like big names that at the time or even now. I mean, Richard Dreyfuss has had the career that you would think maybe Roy Scheider should have had after Jaws. But yeah, and that's the thing about it that I really was impressed by this time around, that it's like, I don't think you would make this movie today because it's got so many regular looking people in it. It's just like so many like people that are just like straight off the street in the 70s.
Right.
And nowadays,
straight off the beach,
it would be just like hunky people left and right.
Right, exactly.
Like nothing but like
Glenn Powell
attractive actors, yes, with like six packs galore. And I'm not talking about the drink. I'm talking about they would be ripped,
Yep.
And these are just like normal looking folks, which gives it this extra realism that you just wouldn't have today. People would not risk the money on putting homely people in the movie.
No, it's so silly.
Like they did back then.
Or they'd win an Oscar because they look like a regular person because they dropped a bunch of weight and let themselves go.
Right.
Like, I haven't had Botox in like 9 months. Well, and the movie is based on the book by Peter Benchley.
Yes.
And the book was very popular. But, I mean, this really went from book to movie very, very quickly.
Yes, and there is some significant differences between the book and the movie.
Yes.
But I just enjoyed it so much, and I thought it was really brilliantly put together. And there's like stuff that you see like the second time, like there's a shooting star that they happen to capture filming
that's cool.
some of the boat scenes out there just by random accident. So there's a couple scenes where you can see it flying in the sky, which is pretty impressive.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I don't know if it's impressive. It was just happenstance, but
but it's
very cool to like see that just by accident that happened in the movie. It's almost like saying like, this is destined to be a classic, folks.
100%. It's been ordained literally in the stars.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I have a fun fact for you.
Go for it.
Growing up in Princeton, New Jersey, that's where Peter Benchley lived. And a family friend of ours, she was an artist. It's who my dad bought his business from. She painted Peter Benchley's pool to have a whole bunch of fish in it,
Oh, okay. No great whites, though?
but no great whites. So it was a friendly pool.
Nice.
Yeah, but I
Nice.
thought that was kind of cool to like go ahead and, put some aquatic creatures that are friendly in nature. in
Yeah,
the
I
pool.
think famously he was kind of bummed out that people really turned against sharks after his book,
Yes.
and the movie especially.
Big time.
But yeah, it's what's interesting is like the John Williams score too, which is brilliant, and we all just remember the dun 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 dun, dun like the three notes,
Yep.
basically from when Jaws, which they never actually call Jaws, but when the Great White shows up, it's got that theme music, but the rest of the score is really like dun 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 dun. It's like just like upbeat, like
Beach time.
yeah. It's like an adventure, It's really not.
It's 4th of July.
Yeah, that's all we can remember, like from that, because it's so iconic. But there's way more to it. But it's just like the mood. It's almost like like Radiohead's Creep.
Yes.
How like it
just takes
it's
over.
just this mellow tune, and then suddenly when the chorus kicks in, it's this like dynamic thing, and that's what we remember of that song is
Yep.
that dun 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 dun.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of like that, but in a movie score back in 1975. So yeah, brilliant movie
And
all
isn't
around.
this the movie that has the iconic line, "We're going to need a bigger boat"?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Which Roy Schneider's character Brody says like 3-4 times in the movie, actually. And I guess again another famous line that was improvised, and I think that's why he says it so many times, because he's like, "This is
This
good.
is a good line.
This should stick."
I might get a writing credit.
Yeah, I got to make sure they don't cut this out. Yeah.
That's really funny. Okay, all right. So this is good. What else did you watch?
Yeah. So there's so much more I could say about it, but for time's sake, I want to talk about another Spielberg movie, because after seeing that, I'm like, this Spielberg guy, he might have a future.
A little knack.
He might be going somewhere in the movies.
Maybe.
So I decided to check out a Spielberg movie that I'd never seen before, and his first proper movie is the 1971 film Duel, which was actually made to be a TV movie, but they did release it in theaters in Europe. So it's officially a film.
Okay.
And the cut that I saw actually included some extra footage and slightly different editing from the TV version, so that it would have a theatrical release and be a proper movie.
Okay.
And it's actually really good. I was
Really?
pleasantly
Where did
surprised.
you watch this?
Was
Was it Canopy?
it wasn't on Canopy. It was on one of the streaming services. Yeah, you
That
just have
narrows
to
it
do a
down.
search,
Perfect.
because there's a lot of it. There was on a lot, and it wasn't one that I typically watch movies on, so that's why I can't remember.
Okay.
But if you see it pop up, it's worth watching.
Okay.
And it stars Dennis Weaver in it. And in a way, this in 1971, this movie is like if Jaws were a truck.
Okay.
Because he's like, the Dennis Weaver, he's like trying to meet up with his boss. He's driving through the California desert in his Plymouth Valiant. And that's big, smoky diesel truck is going real slow in front of him and like belching out exhaust. And he decides to pass it. So he passes it. And then the truck like speeds up to him and starts honking, and he's like, "Oh no!"
Oh, this is like early road rage.
Exactly, yeah. So he's like, "Oh no, I ticked this guy off." But then he just tries to outpace this truck, but he can't shake the guy. And then he like stops off to get some gas, and then the truck stops off at the same gas station, and because of the way that it's shot and the attendant and stuff being there, nothing happens, but he can't see who's driving the truck. He only like sees like his boots, essentially, of the driver. And he's like thinking like, okay, well, at least this guy we'll take off first. I'll lose him. Then after he gets his gas and he goes, he's back out on the freeway. The truck shows up again. And so basically this whole movie is like a cat and mouse between this angry truck driver that's basically chasing him down, and he can't shake him. He can't lose him. When he does lose him, the guy is waiting for him, like a mile up. So it's not particularly violent, but it is kind of scary because way more than like a shark attack, this feels like this could happen
Yeah.
at any time. Some pissed off road rage guy in a big old semi truck just feels like so modern, even though it's 1971. It just felt like I could just see this happening to me.
Like the righteousness with which people drive, and like, how dare you
pass me?
Brake check me, pass me, like, wow.
Yeah, and there is some scary moments in it, like the truck comes behind him when they're at like a train crossing, and he's like just bumping him up while the train is passing onto the tracks, and it's like, ooh, I'm kind of like white knuckling this, even though I'm not in my car.
Yeah. Oh wow! All right.
And Dennis Weaver is so good in it, and it's not a movie with a lot of dialogue, but it's very well written and very well edited. And like thinking about the fact that Spielberg must have been like maybe 22 at the time, something like that.
Yeah.
He's making this, and there's all these masterful shots. I was very pleasantly surprised because the only thing I had seen from young Spielberg before Jaws was like an episode of Columbo that he did. And it was like, with the restraints of Columbo, it's like, okay, this is just like any of the other
cut and paste
episodes. Yes. Yeah. So to have him make that leap between an episode of Columbo and this movie was pretty amazing. So I'm really glad that I got a chance to watch it, and that I got to see the theatrical cut rather than the TV version of it, because it's the full screen with the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
And it's a full-length movie that's like 85 minutes or something like that, as opposed to like 75 minutes, which they would have had done to fit in commercials and stuff.
How about the fact that it has a 7.6 on IMDb? Like the fact that it's like an old movie from forever ago that like probably most of us have never even heard of.
Right.
And wasn't even really, for all intents and purposes, a movie. Like, way to go, Steven. You really did have something. Wow.
Well, and with the IMDb, it's so hard to tell with those ratings because, like, that's got a
90% on Rotten Tomato.
That's got a 7.6, and Jaws, which a lot of people consider a perfect movie, has got an 8.1 out of 10. It's like, what do you got to do, to have a 10 out of 10? I don't know. But yeah, if you're on a Spielberg kick like I was over the last couple weeks, I think you might enjoy both those movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's some good. I'm like kind of stoked to watch this. And apparently you can watch it on like YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, Fandango, Amazon Prime. Like it is in a bunch of places, but you may have to pay some extra or something. Yeah,
if you're able to see it without commercial interruptions, because it builds up this great tension, I think it's worth doing. But it's fine however you watch it. I would just highly recommend the theatrical cut because I think it definitely benefits from having the theatrical aspect ratio. And, the extra stuff that was put in, sometimes that can feel like fluff. But in this case, I think it really helps set the mood and builds things up. And some like integral scenes, in fact, I've heard were not included in the TV version.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How about the fact that it was made on a budget that was $450,000?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's basically like Mater going after, like, I'm looking at the picture of the truck, and the truck is this like old rusty janky thing.
It really is, yes.
It's making me think of the Cars car, like going after.
Yes. That movie could have taken a whole different turn.
100%. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Now I'm going to have to watch this.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm paying for HBO Max this year. I got a good deal on it, so I've got it for most of the year, but I barely watch anything on it. So I'm like, I really should invest in one of their classic series.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, maybe I'll watch this new show that everybody's talking about, The Sopranos.
You're so hip to the scene.
Because for me, it still feels like a new show. Like, I feel like people have not stopped talking about it since it came on. And it was just on, right? I feel like it was 2 weeks ago when people were complaining about the series finale.
Absolutely. Water cooler talk.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to check out this new show. And watch the first episode, and within the first 30 seconds, you see the Twin Towers. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it has been a while.
Oh my gosh.
So I so far I have seen the first season, and I've watched a couple of episodes after that of season 2. And I got to say, I'm enjoying it. To me, it's not. We'll see what happens once I get to like season 4 and 5.
Okay.
But to me, it's like held up as this like platinum age TV series that is so good. It was like really the start of like top premium quality TV, really.
Right, like Breaking Bad.
Yes, yeah. To me, it's not quite as good as a Breaking Bad, but I can see why people at the time especially held this up as being this quality, really good show. And you know what is funny is I don't think I would enjoy it anywhere near as much as I am enjoying it if I hadn't watched the Godfather trilogy. Because for people that don't know The Sopranos, and I don't understand how you can exist in this country and not have heard of The Sopranos.
I know.
It's like Jaws.
I haven't watched it either.
Sopranos.
I've seen episodes,
yes.
but I haven't watched it.
Sopranos was to the naughties what Jaws was to the 70s.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
So it's just they're constantly referencing the Godfather because it's basically about a family of mobsters living in New Jersey, and they have their little crime family, and it focuses mainly on Tony Soprano, the head of this crime family. And he is actually forced to go see a psychiatrist because he's having issues. He's fainting. And this is one of the other reasons why I didn't watch this show when it came out. I mean, I didn't have HBO at the time, but right. Even since then, it's just like, the concept there was at the time, I don't know how, but at the time, this idea really seemed played out because there was the analyze this, analyze that movies.
Yep.
And there was Grosse Point Blank.
I was literally thinking of Grosse Point Blank. Where
it's like a hitman is going to see a psychiatrist. So for whatever reason, around the year 2000, 1999, 2000, everybody was like, hey, what if we do something where a mobster sees a psychiatrist?
Right.
And it was like 3 huge projects all based around this scenario. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't need,
right.
I don't need to be, indulging in that since it's already everywhere else. It just doesn't seem that unique. But I got to say, this show is pretty fun. It's well acted. And what was a pleasant surprise is that the music is great. A lot of my favorites are included, including a group that I love called Tindersticks, which you never see and use in TV and movies except for the ones that they specifically score. And I'm talking specifically about French art films.
Right. Yeah.
It's usually just not dropped into a TV series. But yeah, they use one of my favorite songs from Tindersticks in one of the episodes of season 2, and I'm like, wow, did not see that coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, some great music involved, and it's just like again, with gangster stuff, with mobster stuff, it's like they go through so much stuff for so little gain. It just, I don't know why you would want to do.
To the family.
Right. Yes. It just, the whole thing seems like a bad idea. But it's well acted. It's well written. It's produced well. It's fun. There are better series, sure. But like so far, it's just a fun little thrill ride. And if you haven't seen it and you've been holding out for some reason like me, there's no pressure. Now there's no weight of like everybody like, oh, did you see this last week? The water cooler aspect is gone.
Right.
So, if you're like me and sometimes feel like, well, that's exactly why I'm not going to watch something.
I'm going to be contrarian.
Exactly.
I don't need to do what everyone else is doing.
Exactly. Like for no reason, you're being contrarian over something. Now's the time to check it out because nobody else cares anymore.
No, everyone else is like, what an idiot.
So, yeah, you can, exactly. So you can just enjoy it for what it is rather than, like, I've got to watch this because everybody's talking about it.
Right. Okay. All right. I got to watch that now.
Check it out.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
All right. 3 for 3. 3 that you really liked and 3 that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So looks like we're going to have plenty of fodder for another oops.
That's what this segment is all about.
Uh-huh. All right, cool. Our next segment's going to be really short, I think.
We'll see. We always say that, and then it ends up being 20 minutes.
It's true.
We'll find out. Anyway, stay with us as we get into our great debate or our top topic, which is utensils, MVP, the most valuable player of the utensil game.
Exactly.
I said what I said.
Stay tuned. Up to plate.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Eric Ryder reminding you to follow us on Facebook. We're at Don't Ask Me to Talk, and we're on Instagram, again, at Don't Ask Me to Talk. We'd love to hear from you, so check us out on social media and leave us a comment. Leave us a like. Remember, you can always email us directly at asking@don'taskmetotalk.com or leave us a voicemail or text at 475-999-2726. That's 475-999-2726. And we're back right here on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm one of your podcast pals. I'm Eric Ryder.
Hey, I'm Stacey Heller. I'm the other one.
Welcome back to the show. This is the segment of the show we like to call our great debate or our top topic, where we discuss things that we pick off the old wheel of topics. Now, Stacey, you're the one that comes up with the topics and puts them on the wheel. I always like to check in with you and see if there was any, especially when it's a topic that I don't know how we're going to discuss this really, because it just seems like a one-word kind of discussion. But usually there's some kind of inspiration for you on why you would want to talk about it and why it's an icebreaker or a conversation starter for you that you would put on the wheel of topics. So enlighten us at the utensil MVP discussion.
So, thank you for asking. This one was inspired by our move back in March. So, when you're packing up your space to move it, suddenly you find yourself with, no utensils. And you're like, all right, we found that we would have like takeout food, or we had a few plastic utensils or whatever it was. Well, at a certain point, we're like bottom of the barrel trying to figure out, using utensils and figuring it out. And so I don't know, for some reason in my sort of crazy state of mind with moving and all the stuff going on, I'm like, if you had to pick a utensil, like which one are you going with? And I'm thinking like the ultimate debate of like, a spoon is great because it's not just about like your independent plate and what you're using to eat every day, but also if you're trying to like serve something up or you're trying to kind of prepare, like yes, I'm talking about the utensil like your fork, knife, and spoon, but you also use them on a bigger scale in food prep or serving food. And so, yes, it's my catchphrase. Spoon. So is that your answer then?
No, that's the tick's answer.
Okay.
His famous battle cry was spoon.
Yes.
So, okay.
So that's kind of where it came from.
I get it.
It was like, all right, I got limited utensils here. What's the one that I need the most? Now, the answer seems kind of obvious to me. However, before I share my answer, what is your answer?
Yeah. I've given this the amount of thought that I think it deserves.
So none.
Which is none. Because there's a reason why each utensil exists. And so the idea that
so that
we need
Ariel can comb her hair with a fork?
Right. So I think the obvious answer does exist, but I don't know if it's the one you're thinking of. But I'm going to say spork because...
That wasn't an option.
No, the spork. It's the hybrid between the spoon and the fork. And if you're down to one utensil, that's the one you want in your corner. Because whether you're eating some meat or you're eating some soup, spork's got you covered. Whereas, with any other utensil, that's not the case. So spork is the ultimate utensil in my book. But now there's a whole lot of people that would say chopsticks are the MVP of utensils. Now, as a guy that could never get chopsticks to work right for them, I definitely got to go with spork.
Okay, well, let's just say, for the sake of, I don't know, this segment lasting longer than 2 minutes, let's say you don't have a spork and you have to pick the traditional fork, knife, or spoon. Which one are you going with?
What are we, savages here?
Yes, we are, and that's the point.
I guess I'm going with spoon. Just because.
What?
I mean, think about the amount of food that you can eat with a spoon versus any other piece of cutlery.
You can hold the bowl up and do it like they used to do. You need a fork. It can cut the meat. It can stab the meat.
Fork can't cut meat.
Yeah, on the side. Don't you know how to wiggle your fork so that that's going to have to be part of our reel.
A spoon could do that too.
Yeah, but also can it?
Yes. Try eating cereal with a fork.
I don't eat cereal. It's a non-issue for me. I think it's the fork.
No, it's the spoon.
I don't think it's the
spoon.
But
it's a spork if that's allowed. But apparently it's not allowed.
No, I mean, I agree. If it were allowed, a spork, because, as I was talking to Pete about this before we came into recording, and he's like, I mean, there's no spife, which apparently is a spoon knife. Spife. I guess that would be a spife. So, I mean, yes, it is the perfect hybrid, but that wasn't the question.
All right.
Well, maybe the rookie player becomes the MVP.
But you're not. I mean, you're not eating ice cream with a fork.
Yeah, I can.
You can, but you can also eat everything you can eat with a fork with a spoon.
You know what? Maybe I'm finally getting a waffle cone, Eric, and I'm just gonna lick the ice cream.
Well, there you go. That is an option too. Yes, and you could drink soup from a cup, I guess.
Yep.
But you could do that without a fork existing too.
I don't know. Like eating my vegetables with a spoon?
Yeah.
Asparagus?
Yeah. You could break off pieces of asparagus with a spoon just the same as with a fork.
I am shocked. I am actually so shocked. I thought for sure.
I mean, when I'm thinking about like applesauce or ice cream or pudding.
Are you 90?
I'm not eating. I'm making the case for the spoon.
Because you have no teeth.
Well, that is true these days, unfortunately.
You can't chew, therefore.
But literally, you're trying to eat all that stuff with a fork. It's not happening.
I don't know. I'm going to do some research, and I'm going to have
You're
to
going to eat a cup of pudding with a fork?
Yeah, I could do it. And my tongue. All right, listeners.
If the argument is what are we using in a fight, I'd say fork. I mean, obviously you want a knife for that, but if you only have a fork or a spoon, I would go with the fork.
Then you need sneaky fork, which is the one that has like the telescoping handle. Sure.
But if we're talking about food, what can we eat with? It's the spoon. The spoon is the most valuable utensil.
I am just shocked at this and shocked into silence. And I'm sticking with my fork. And if there's anybody that wants to comment on this, I am open to reopening the debate. Wow. That's just crazy.
I mean, this is one of the few times we're actually at loggerheads.
Yeah. I'm like cereal, like whatever. You just open your mouth wider. It's fine.
I think the wheel is broken too, because I'm trying to pick a topic for next week, and it's come up twice now with utensil MVP.
It's like, are you sure it's not the knife?
Okay. Now I'm more confused because I picked a new topic. But I have no idea what this means.
Okay, what does it say?
Top shear.
Top shear. And I don't have my computer. Top
shear.
Like, how's it spelled?
You put it on the wheel. SHEER.
Top shear. I don't know, guys. We're going to have to, we can either spin again or I can look it up when I have my computer with me.
I mean, it's up to you.
I don't know what it could
Top
be.
shear.
Top shear. Let's go with top shear.
Okay.
It's top shear. I don't even know what this is. Okay. You know what? That's what's so fun about this show. It's just so of the moment.
It absolutely is. I mean, this will be a cliffhanger for all of us on what we're actually talking about next week when you text me in the middle of the night, like, because you've woken up out of a dead sleep and you figure out, like,
which is your favorite window treatment?
Right.
Okay, so I'm putting top shear on my notepad so that I remember to look this up.
I mean, I want to say it should be top sheet, but it's definitely an R, so it's top shear.
Fascinating. Where did this brain of mine go? Also, remember I was supposed to refill the topics? I finally found the box of topics that I bought. I spent money on this box of debates, and I found it.
Debatable. There you go.
And it has such topics as giving directions. Do you give the street names or do you provide landmarks? That's a good one.
That's a real top shear.
All right. Enough of that. We're out of here.
I am now thinking that we should define what top shear is with, because it kind of sounds fun to say top shear.
Top shear.
Yeah. So maybe this is like our new slang.
It's like top tier.
It's like top shear.
Yeah, top shear.
Folks, if you've got great definitions for what top shear could be, we'd love to hear from you. It's asking at don'taskmetotalk.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful week. Stacy, safe travels.
Thank you. Hope everybody has a top shear week.
You have a top shear week as well.
Looking for a home that keeps you connected to Silicon Valley without the usual barriers to entry? The Gates in Morgan Hill by City Ventures is a walkable neighborhood near downtown restaurants, outdoor trails, and an easy commute to the Bay Area. It's a small town setting with access to major career hubs. Every home is all electric with buyer-owned solar included. With limited availability, now's the time to take a closer look. Discover your new home at cityventures.com. That's cityventures.com.
Why buy someone else's old problems? Resale homes often come with outdated appliances, inefficient insulation, and costly hidden repairs. City Ventures offers a better way. Our brand new homes feature modern open floor plans, stylish fixtures, and the peace of mind that comes with a builder's warranty. Everything is fresh, functional, and designed for how you live today. Skip the renovation headaches and move into something perfect. Find your new beginning at cityventures.com. That's cityventures.com.